Hello friends, so today we're going to discuss the first 4 problems from the latest AdCoder Beginner Contest 187, and then I will make another video on the E problem. More like many of the subscribers are also asking to make a video on that, so I will also make a video on that also. And I think that these questions are easy, but still you should try them out because you will get a good dopamine hit to solve like these problems also, because you will get speed, because easy problem will help you develop speed. Okay, so I'll tell you and I will move over this question very fast. So the first problem is also very easy. It states that you are given a 3-digit number and S of n is the sum of the digits of that number. So as you can see, if you just put S of 1 2 3, so S of 1 2 3 is the summation of 1 plus 2 plus 3, and you are given A and B, which are like 3-digit numbers, and you find out what which of them is maximum. So you have to just find out the sum of both of these numbers. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 and 2 plus 3 plus 4, and whatever is the maximum, just print it out. So it's very simple. You can write the code of this itself. So I'll move on to the second question now. The second question is also very simple. It states that you are given different coordinates in which in a 2D plane, as you can see, XY coordinate, and then if you just draw out a line taking any two coordinates, then the question statement states that how many lines have the slope between -1 and 1. So I think so you understand what the question statement states that, but I can just draw it out to even make it more clear. Okay, just wait. So as you know that if there are a lot of points in the coordinate plane like this, then if you just take out 2 points, as you can see, like this, or if you take like this point, then you can easily find out the slope using the coordinates. And the question statement states that whether the slope of this line is between -1 and 1. So the slope is just y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Just find out the slope, and if the slope is between -1 and 1, then the answer is like count it out or else leave it. So it's also very simple. I don't need to show the code. I will put the code in the description. If you want the code, you can see that code, but I will make this video short. That's why I'm like doing it in a quick hurry. You're given n strings. As you can see, these are the strings, and then for each string, whether the string has a question mark in front of it or it doesn't have a question mark, exclamation mark, I'm sorry. As you can see, some of the strings has some exclamation mark and some of the strings doesn't have any exclamation mark. Then you have to find out that whether there is a pair in which if you remove the exclamation mark and a string which has the exclamation mark, there like a pair exists or not. Which I mean by this is, as you can see in this, there is a pair A of A in which if I remove this exclamation mark from here, both of the string become same. So you have to find out whether there exists some string in which if I remove the exclamation mark and if there is no exclamation mark, they will be equal. They will form an equal string. If there exists some answer, then you have to output that answer. As you can see, A is in this answer. D can also be the answer. But in this, there is no pair in which if I remove the exclamation mark and the string which doesn't have an exclamation mark, both turn out to be same. So the answer is satisfiable, and you just have to check out. So you can just make out like 2 set. Okay, because what you can do, you can just make out 2 sets. One set of the strings which consist of exclamation marks, and one string which doesn't consist of exclamation marks. Then for every string of the string which doesn't have exclamation mark, check that, because you have a set, you can just check in or log in. You just have to check that whether some string of exclamation mark exists or not. If it exists, then the answer is that. Else the answer is, if you go to the whole set and there is no possible answer, then the answer is like satisfiable. I can take down to the code part now if you want. The code is also a little simple. So what you can see, I have made 2 sets S and T. One is for the exclamation mark and the other for not. So just take the input of the string. If the starting character of X is exclamation mark, then remove that exclamation mark and take the other part of the string in the set. So how you can find out? Just take a substring. So because if you have a substring, then substring starting from the first index. Okay, that's what I've done, because this will give you the position at which you have to start the substring. The 0th character is exclamation mark, so leave that out. So starting from the first character, you have to form a substring, as you can see, and then insert that substring into S, which means that S consists all the strings which has a substring or like the exclamation mark, and T doesn't have any exclamation mark strings. So these I have inserted and make it 2 sets. Then iterate over the set in which there were exclamation marks, and then for every string and that exclamation mark, check that whether that string is also present in the set which doesn't have exclamation mark. If it is consisting there, then I'm putting just that string and just written out, else the answer is satisfiable. So it's also very simple. Then the D problem is good, in which what you are given here is there is a election going on and there are two candidates, Aoki and Takahashi, and both are fighting to get the maximum vote as possible. Now there are some, so as you can see, Takahashi can give speeches in different towns. So as you can see, every town has two types of voter, whether they will vote for Aoki or whether they will vote for Takahashi. As you can see, there are, as you can see in this example, there are 4 towns, and for every town it states that there are 2 voters in the first town which will vote for Aoki and 1 vote for Takahashi, and for every 4 cities they are given. Now if Takahashi can give speech in any of the cities, now if we go to any city and give a speech, then what will happen here is all the candidates, or sorry, not all the people or the voters in that city will vote for Takahashi. If Takahashi gives speech in any of the city, then all the person, whether it is voting for Aoki or Takahashi, all will vote for Takahashi. But if Takahashi don't go to any city and do not vote there, or do not do like speech there, then what will happen there is all the voters which will be giving vote to Takahashi will not give, but all the voters will be giving to Aoki will give. So I'll give you with a small example. As you can see, okay, just wait. Yep. So as you can see in this example, as you can see, these are different cities. If let's assume that these are the voters for Takahashi and these are the voters for Aoki for every city. Now if Takahashi goes and give a speeches only one city, then both of the candidates, both of the voters in that city which will vote for Aoki or Takahashi, because initially this votes will go to Aoki and this will go to Takahashi, but if Takahashi give a speech in this city, then all the voters will give only vote to Takahashi. So Takahashi will get 3 votes. I hope you get the point. But because he don't give speech in these towns, these voters which will be initially giving vote to Takahashi will not give votes. They will not give votes to anyone, not Takahashi and not Aoki. So these votes get like bad, and the original votes which will be given to Aoki will, like, these voters will give the vote to Aoki, because these will not give because Takahashi do not visit the city. So it means that the voter will get upset and don't want to vote anyone, but the voters for Aoki will be still there, so they will vote. So the vote after, if Takahashi gives speech in only one city, which is this, then what will happen that the total votes for Takahashi is 3 and the total vote for Aoki is this 2 plus 5 plus 1, and you have to find out that what is the minimum number of cities in which Takahashi should give votes, or sorry, give speeches, such that he will win. And that's the whole problem. Now what you can see in this problem is, the first thing which strike to my mind is I have to do a cumulative sum, which means that Takahashi will always, or should go to the city which has the maximum number of people, because he will convert all the people to his side, and that's better. Because if let's assume that initially Aoki has some like 50 people giving vote and Takahashi is also getting 50 votes. If Takahashi gives speech in them, then the total votes for Takahashi will increase not only by 50, which is like his only vote, but Takahashi vote will increase by the number of Aoki votes also, and also Aoki original votes decrease by 50, which means that if Takahashi will not give speech in that city, then what will happen that Aoki will get 50 votes, which is fine. But now if Takahashi gives speech in that city, Takahashi vote will increase by 50, but also Aoki votes will decrease by 50, because now that original votes which Takahashi will or Aoki will be getting will not be in his hand, and thus there is a 2-time decrement. So you can just write down some equation which will help you to find out the answer. This also, as you can see, the total number of votes, as you can see, or the total number of, if Takahashi wants to win, then what will happen is the total number of votes for Takahashi minus total number of votes for Aoki. Okay, if Takahashi wants to win, then he wants to make this difference greater than 0. If the total number of votes for Takahashi is greater than total number of votes for Aoki, then obviously Takahashi will win. So he want to increment. Initially, let's assume that Takahashi don't go to any city. If he don't go to any city, what will be the answer for this equation? Because Takahashi don't go to any city, all the voters in all the city of Takahashi will not give any vote, so this is 0. And because Takahashi don't go to any city, this is 0, and Aoki, all the voters in all cities will give the vote, so it is summation of AI. So the answer for the initial state in which Aoki or Takahashi don't go to any state, the answer is minus of summation of AIs. Now, if Takahashi give like as you can see speech in one city, how much will be the next value? Like how much will be the increment? As you can see, if Takahashi gives speech to one city, I'll just wait. Yeah. So as you can see what the question statement is asking. I hope you get the point. So now the thing here is how to approach this problem. And as you can see, this is like AI, and this is the initial value. Now what will happen in this problem is if you just take out, or if Takahashi give speech in only one city, what will be the increment or what will be the new value? How you can find out? This AI, one of the AIs will shift here, and also the total AI plus BI will also add. So the new total AI, as you can see, will be AI plus BI. This is the actually new value for Takahashi. Like the new value for Takahashi will be AI plus BI. If you just add AI plus BI minus the summation of AI, but there will be subtraction of this AI. Like this is A1 B1. If you just like Takahashi given in the first, it is A1 plus B1, AI total summation minus AI. So if you subtract this value from this value, what you will get? You will get 2 of AI, or like A1 plus B1. What does this mean here is that after giving speech in every city, the total value of this whole expression will increase by 2A1 plus B1, or like AI plus BI, 2AI plus BI, which means that if just given like or as you can see, if the Takahashi will give like speech in one city, then the total value is increased by 2A1 plus B1, then the other city like 2A2 plus B2, and so on. So as you can see, as more and more speeches he'll give, like this total value will increase, and you have to increase this total value, because if this total value, this benefit minus this value, this will give you the total value. So you have to increment this value. So what you can do, you can just find out the 2AI plus B1 value for all the values, sort them out from maximum to smallest, and for all the maximum value, what you can do, take the maximum value and then subtract it from this total value, and then you will eventually give the current state value. If you just give speech in one city, what will be the AI plus A1 2AI plus BI minus this total summation value is. If this value becomes greater than 0 at any point, then that's the minimum number of cities you have to give the interview. Not speeches. I hope you get the intuition of this problem. I'll take down to the code part now to even make it more clear. So as you can see, this is the input of n. This is the pair of vectors, of like the pair of vectors of integers. This is the total answer, and then what you can have to do here is take the input of all the like people who will give the vote. So the initial value of that equation is minus of AI, like because the Aoki value is the first value, so minus of, which I've told you, minus of summation of all the values of AI of the first, and the total VI, like which we have to sort it out, because the total benefit at adding or giving speech to everyone will be 2 of AI plus BI. So 2 of AI plus BI. So this is A dot first, which is BI, and this is this is AI, and just twice it, and this is the value of V. Now sort it out according to the greatest to the smallest. That's why I'm using this. Now for every speech in every city, we'll iterate over every city. What will be our new answer? Like what will be our, like, because we want to maximize, or actually want to make this equation greater than 0. This equation is less than 0. Why? Because this equation just consists of in the initial state, which I have not given any speech. This value is all negative, and this is 0. So after every speech, this Takahashi value will increase and this will decrease. By how much value? This value. So if I somehow increment this answer, which the answer is the total value negative, if I increase this answer with the maximum possible value at every state, and if at any state it becomes greater than 0, then the answer is, because it is from 0 indexing, this will just add 1 to it, because that will get how many cities you have to give speech, because after that speech my total answer is the total value of that equation. If it becomes greater than 0 at any point, then the answer is like I plus 1, and that's the answer. I hope you get the intuition and the value for this problem also. If you still have any doubts, you can mention down. The next problem is also coming soon, so stay tuned. I'll see you in the next one. Keep coding. Bye.